Alan, 2 wins out of 2 in the LV Cup. How satisfying is that?
Very satisfying. I think I've spoken earlier that we scored 7 tries in the 2 games. We've conceded 2. Clean sheet last week against Gloucester. Really satisfying.
On paper, the 2 teams were pretty even today. Lots of youngsters on show, a couple of slightly more experienced players, especially up front. And to get up to a 20-point lead at half-time, were you surprised by that?
I don't think I was surprised. I think we coming here, we knew it was going to be tough. We came here 2 weeks ago in the Premiership, and we talked about how they'd only lost once all in 2013. So we knew it would be a tough game, and we knew at some point they'd come back at us, which they did in the second half. But we showed great resolve and character to kick on from when they scored.
In previous years, in the LV Cup, Saints have put out a young team in the first game and then rotated and brought in the more experienced guys, after a week off. That hasn't happened this year because you've stuck with the same team on the 2 weeks. Why is that?
I think we've shown that we've got strength in depth. The boys that have played, they put in a great performance last week against Gloucester. Also, we've got a lot of players missing with regards to international commitments, which is brilliant for them. But I think we showed the last 2 weeks the boys have put their hands up and they've performed.
Does it make selection difficult for next week's Aviva Premiership game against Newcastle?
Of course it does. Boys have performed. I've picked out someone like Tom Collins a couple of weeks ago. He stepped up into the position on the left wing, so he's played well again today. But it's good.
I'm not going to single out any individual performances because really everybody stepped up from the academy. As somebody who used to run the academy, how satisfying is this for you personally?
No, it's brilliant. I think it was a focus of Jim's 3-4 years ago that wanted to push the academy. Dusty Hare came in. He's really into pushing the academy and making sure that the boys play. We've kind of had the academy playing programme. They need to play against the better players in the country so that they're making the next step. And also the connection we've got with Moseley. That allows boys to play. Someone like Alex Wolford, who's played today, both scrum halves. I've had a lot of time spent at Moseley over the last couple of years.
Are you seeing the benefits of what benefits in particular do you see about that? Because as you say, the lads, the Ethan Waller, Alex Day, Ryan Glynn, as you say, are getting a lot of game time at Moseley. Is it changing their attitude when they're coming in and making them readier for a game like this?
No, definitely. The best way for players to learn is to play, and that's the Championship is a tough league. The boys are learning their trade there, and it's good. It's positive.
Glenn, 5 points at home last week and another 4 on the road this week to back it up. A decent performance.
Yeah, it was. Playing away from home's never easy, mate, and especially against Irish, they move the ball really well and they're a hard team to keep up with. But we did enough and we kept the pressure on them for probably 70 minutes of the game. So yeah, pretty come away with the win. 21 points from the tee for yourself. Was it just a case of building that lead and getting into the clear waters before you started thinking about the bonus point? Yeah, well, like I said, mate, they're quite a dangerous team, so I think whenever points on offer, it's best to take them against Irish. And we were sort of able to do that. We got a few penalties and thankfully I got them over. So yeah, I mean you've got to take those opportunities when points are on offer against this team because they are very dangerous.
Just 2 games into your first team career at the Saints, but already plenty of action. What have you made of it so far?
Yeah, it's been obviously, mate, like you say, it's been quite frustrating, but to be out there with this Saints badge on it's awesome, and I'm loving being out there with the boys. And hopefully I'll have many more games in it if I'm fortunate enough. Yeah.
Given the time of year, there's obviously a lot of young lads in the side, a lot of developing talent. Have you almost had to take on the mantle of one of the senior players straight away?
Yeah, there's a lot of young guys out there. I'm feeling pretty old, mate. But yeah, all those boys are incredible rugby players. I suppose as a playmaking role, you've got to be quite dominant and things like that. But they're all good footy players, so they know what they're doing.
Obviously, this time of year, there's internationals. Unfortunately, maybe a couple of suspensions for the Saints as well. Is this the time where you get your foot in the door and really stake a claim to be in that matchday squad week in, week out?
Yeah, I suppose they do. The LV Cup does present you with opportunities to make a statement to try and get into the Premiership competition. I'm sure the boys have put the weight up the last couple of weeks, so got to make it a tough job for the coaches, and we'll see what happens.